Good afternoon. It's Tico Bob here. How you guys doing? I've had a couple of videos I've posted about Uber and Lyft in the last 6 or 7 months since I've been here in the Atlanta market. And today, what I want to kind of chat about is pretty interesting, actually. Let me preface this by saying I don't think it's going to matter to them because they've got so many ducats, so much cheddar that it doesn't really matter. But what I've seen, correct me if I'm wrong, someone please tell me if I'm wrong. I've been looking around and I really do believe that the quality, the standards that they tried to set up, Uber I'm talking about specifically, I think the standards have gone down. Just a couple of things I've noticed over the last month or so. Um, if I could just back up, I mean, even my mindset has changed dramatically since I started driving with Uber. I've done probably close to 1,200 trips now uh, in the Phoenix market, also here in the Atlanta market. And, when I first started, I was all about providing the mints and the water and the tissue, opening doors, all of that. Of course, we were making I think $2.10 a mile back then. Now it's down to 75 cents a mile here in the Atlanta market. And even when you do that Uber pool, which is to me is a total joke, I looked the other day and it's 68 cents a mile. That is such a scam, the pool, and they won't let you opt out of that. If I could just do Uber X, I might be compelled to continue doing it, but they won't let you. If you do Uber X, you must accept Uber pool. I mean, you don't have to accept it, but your acceptance rates are going to go down, and I'm sure they'll get on your case if you don't accept, your percentage is down anyway. But the other night, particularly, I was out on a Friday night, and I got pinged 4 times. Uber pool, pinged 4 times. Picked up at the Lenox Mall, went about a mile, picked up someone else. Point being, had 4 different strangers in my car. They didn't know who each other were. I didn't know who anybody was. It doesn't matter, I guess. So my point is, I got 4 strangers in my car. I'm picking up at 4 different destinations. And then I've got to drop off at 4 separate destinations. And I think when it was done, I think, might have been $12, $13, 68 cents a mile. To me, it's just not worth it. The stress, you've got these strangers in your car, you're going to 4 different, you got traffic you've got to negotiate, navigate, you got to look these places up, you got to find where you're going to take these people. It's just bullshit. I don't know how else to say it. It is just the worst thing. But I think that coupled with, there's a gentleman that lives here in the building with me that just was gun-ho. I mean, he was out driving 10, 12, 13 hours a day. He was so excited, making $1,500, $1,600 a week, just beside himself that he could go out and do this. And I just talked to him the other day, and he's just completely disillusioned because of people are getting into his car, they're eating, they're talking loud, they're requesting music, they're being disrespectful, and he's just so disheartened by the whole thing. Now, it's amazing 6, 7 months how your mindset can change. I've taken Uber as a client. I've ordered an Uber car to take me different places, and I've just noticed that the drivers are a lot less talkative. I'm actually seeing signs in cars. Please don't slam the door. No food or drink. No loud talking. And I think it's just symptomatic of what is going on with Uber drivers. It's beginning to catch up that the abuse that Uber drivers are taking for 68 or 75 cents a mile or whatever the case would be, specifically Uber X, Uber Pool, that people I think are really beginning to realize. I got in the car, I was in Phoenix, Arizona a couple of weeks ago, and I got in a car It was so bad. The car was dirty. The guy was eating and drinking as we were driving. He had a sign. It wasn't a well-made sign or a professionally made sign. It was a handwritten sign, taped, duct tape. That's the silver tape. The duct tape, DUCT tape, behind the passenger. Paraphrasing, but pretty much what it said was, tips are greatly appreciated. And it was just right there in my face. I mean, it was maybe 2 feet from my face. Tips are greatly appreciated. Please tip. And I just thought, wow, it's gotten to that. I'm at the airport the other day. Drivers are popping their trunks inside of their cars. They're not even getting out and assisting. Customers with luggage, which I don't blame them. I drove a couple of weeks ago and picked up these 3 college girls coming back from spring break. I mean, the 3 of them combined probably weighed 150 pounds. They're probably 60 or 70 pounds each, the girls I'm talking about now. But the luggage was probably 100 pounds each. The biggest bags I've ever seen in my life for such small people. And I thought, well, let me get out, and I hoisted those 3 bags in the trunk of my car, and 2 days later, side of my neck was stiff. I couldn't even turn my neck, and I just said, that's it. I'm not doing it anymore. But my point being, I just think the service, the quality of driver has gone down. I think people will begin to realize there's going to be a segment of the population that, they're going to want to do anything on the cheap. So if they can get something for $2 or $3, $4, $5, they're going to do it. If they can get a ride. And I think that's what it's kind of, the dust is kind of settling down after 6 or 7, 8 years of Uber. It's kind of getting down to they just want to deal with volume, not necessarily with quality. It's all about volume. I think the standards have gone way down. They were very clever when they first came out 8 years ago. They really specifically went after professional drivers, livery drivers, guys that do it professionally, that have SUVs, sedans, and they went after those drivers at first to kind of get the idea out there that the service, the quality of driver, you get a little better than a cab. But I think that's kind of gone away because people like myself who've done it for years, professional drivers who understand the nuance of driving someone, speak when spoken to, service, courtesy, safety safety concerns when you're driving. Those things are all out the window now, and I think it's kind of relegated down to just any Tom, Dick, or Harry, Mary, Sue, or Carol that can drive, get into a car. And I'm sorry, everybody can drive. Anybody can drive. When I say everybody, anybody can drive. But to provide a service beyond just your basic skills of driving, to where you're taking into consideration a passenger, knowing how to turn, driving defensively, driving considering that you have someone in the back seat of your car, so you're not, turning quickly, you're not stopping quickly, you're providing that kind of safety. It's just not there. The kind of drivers Uber has now are just, anybody that wants to get in a car after work and go pick up someone and take them somewhere. So that's what you're going to get. You might have groceries in the back. You might have a bag of diapers and toys, and they're going from daycare to work. So let me give someone a ride. That's what Uber's about now, and I'm sure there's a place for that. I'm sure there's a demand for that, just to catch a ride. I guess it is called a ride share, but I've seen it just go way, way down. I mean, I would love to know what there has to be with as many Uber drivers that are on the road. I'd really like to know that figure of what kind of accidents or the lawsuits that are out there on a daily, a weekly, or monthly basis. I really would like to know. If anyone knows that information, please share it with me, because there has to be accidents every day. Because I see Uber drivers who just do some dumb things, illegal turns, U-turns, stopping in the middle of the street, stopping traffic to pick up a fare. I think that's where sort of the real downfall of Uber is. You've got non-professional drivers, people that can drive, obviously are licensed to drive, but aren't professional drivers who don't understand traffic flow and courtesy and where to pull off the side of a road or how to pick someone up or things that you should or should not do as a driver. Um, so, I mean, I just think that I don't know where the end is, if there is an end. I know for me, I'm pretty much at the end now. I'll kind of drive if I've got absolutely nothing else to do. I don't even do, I have an SUV. I don't even do black or SUV anymore. Here in Atlanta, that's, you go out now, you might get one or two pings in a 3 or 4 hour period. UberX is busy as heck. I mean, I go outside of my apartment and turn the app on, and within 5 minutes, I'm being held to go somewhere. So that work is still out there, but I can't get excited about it anymore. It's just the thrill is gone, to quote B.B. King. It's just not there, and people are abusive. They don't respect your vehicle. Um, they think it's a car service, and it's not a limousine service or a car service. It's a ride share. So they don't take care of your equipment. They don't understand that it's a personal vehicle. So I've kind of become disillusioned with the whole thing, and I just, like I said, I don't. I'm sure it'll stay around for a long time. I'm sure they've made billions of dollars and will continue to do so. But the quality, the whole concept of Uber, I think is really kind of settled down into basic crap. I think it'll be cheaper, but I don't think in the long run it'll be much better than what we had with cab service. Technology gets you there. You can follow the car. You know who's picking you up. Those things are good. But in terms of the infrastructure, if you will, it's just the service has gone way, way down, and that has to at some point begin to bite them in the ass. Anyway, that's my opinion. I'm Tico Bar. I'd love to hear your comments if you got something to say, but I'll be posting some other stuff as we go along. Let me know what you think. Take care.